Facts time.
Yeah,
for
listen,
you.
speak about time, and that's just it's the loosest connection possible. If I'm honest, um, is that a researcher from the University of Texas, his name was Dudley Poston. He did a calculation to try and work out how many people had actually been alive in the history of the world, and he worked out it was 117 billion. And if he's right, that means that 7% of the entire world's ever history is alive now.
Human beings, eh?
Human beings, Homo sapiens.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he said 117 billion. So over the history of Homo sapiens.
That's your fact.
That's my fact.
I'm gonna say that it's a lie. I just think that even if there was a vast amount of time for humans, Homo sapiens, to have been around, I still think the population explosion in recent centuries negates that. So I'd say not 7% is alive at the moment. I'd say as much as 50%.
So you think like only 7 billion people
lived before this 7
billion?
Yeah, because of antibiotics and infant mortality rate reducing,
but you're talking roughly 100,000 years of history.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't,
there were
far be it from me to try and encourage you to change your mind, but
okay, well maybe in 50 is a bit hectic. Maybe I'd say 30.
Okay,
I'd even push it up to 40.
Okay,
but 7 is low, so that's why I'd call it a bullshit fact, and officially a bullshit fact.
All right, it is absolutely true.
No way,
100% true.
He calculated.
So he did. He did the maths. I mean, it's just one guy's maths. So I mean, it could be wrong.
But what does that say about overpopulation? It's still a problem. Or does he think?
So I mean, if we want to talk about overpopulation, we don't have it at the moment.
We don't have overpopulation.
No, what we've got instead is we've got a logistical nightmare at the moment. So we do things like we have random borders that it's difficult to get food across, or and we make it difficult to transport our food and whatever. But if the whole world's population lived with current technology, we could all fit into the state of Texas and live just farming and everything in the state of Texas.
But then we'd have to
we waste so much food we make, and we waste so much that unfortunately it seems like there's overpopulation. So our problem isn't overpopulation; it's a logistical challenge, as far as I understand.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I mean, look, to put that in context, 117 billion means that we're a pretty successful species, because, for example, they estimate there were only ever 2.5 billion Tyrannosaurus rexes. Right?
Really?
Yeah. So in total,
good grief!
So in total, 2.5 billion Tyrannosaurus rexes, and they lived obviously over a much vaster period of time than Homo sapiens have been alive. 2.5 billion T-Rexes is basically one. If they all came alive now, right? Like if they all came alive now, there'd be one T-Rex for every 3 people.
Good.
Yeah, but that maths would obviously change rapidly. But yeah, so that's, I mean, we're a wildly successful species, even though we're gonna probably ultimately
You'd be
kill
fine.
ourselves.
You're on a first story.
Yeah. Global warming will be okay. I'll be able to fish off my balcony. It'll be fine. But
Wow.
yeah, so that's absolutely true.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great fact.